All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Caleb, and in this video, I will be reviewing and demonstrating Desmos graphing calculator for algebra. It's a powerful and free web-based tool designed to support algebra instruction as well as students' understanding through this technology. So let's kind of just talk about the purpose and the target audience here. It's an interactive graphing calculator that allows students to visualize mathematical concepts in real time. It's completely free, and you can use it online at Desmos.com. And there's also a free app available for iPhones and Androids as well. The tool is mainly designed for middle school, high school, and college level math students, especially for those learning algebra functions. Teachers can use this Desmos classroom activity, or better known as Amplify, to engage students in inquiry-based learning. All right. Now let's show. We're going to be talking about the graphing function that we have here. So as far as coming with North Carolina mathematical standards, let's take this equation right here. Y equals 2x plus 1. I can take things like this and be able to show my students how to make, functions and plug them in and substitute them in to into Desmos. So this right here, being able to put this in, reaches standards like being able to graph functions and express them symbolically and show key features of a graph, so they can identify. If I click here, you notice I can, there's the y-intercept, as well as, there's the x-intercept. So they're able to identify those things. And, it's just really nice to have that, as well as this matches for constructing linear and exponential functions in arithmetic and geometric sequences. So we could also come here and do this, and I can, I can do that as well, and I can create, even exponential functions, or well, I guess it's quadratic, but I can do, exponential functions. And then this is build new functions from the existing one. So if they go, okay, well, I got y equals 2x plus 1. What happens when I change it to y equals 3x plus 1? Well, now it's steeper. And this also goes along and reinforces mathematical practices such as making sense of problems and persevering in them and solving them. Modeling with mathematics and using appropriate tools to strategically. And so, being able to go through here and say, well, they've got the same y-intercept, but not exactly the same, x-intercept, and it's a little bit steeper with that purple line. So, all right. Let me show you a little further how it works. So I'm going to start by graphing the quadratic function x squared minus 4x plus 3. Oops, my mistake. Okay. So you see this, as soon as I enter it, it automatically pops up. It's right there. It's generated on the graph. I don't have to worry about that. And I can even do such things as I can make sliders if I wanted to. So instead of this here, I can change it to AX, B, BX, plus C. I can create sliders like that, boom. And so now I can play with it. I can even change it back to what I initially had it as, So let's see, I had it as -4 for B, and then C was 3, right? So I have that function from before, and I can even change those numbers around, mess with them, see how it interacts. Students can do this. We can even do this for, say I want a different form, I have my vertex form. I can even do it that way of, x plus h plus k. Yeah. I forgot my square there. I can put that in there, and now I have sliders for this too. So now I have my vertex form as well, and I'm able to change that and see how I can get them to be similar. And so this feature really helps build that conceptual understanding of transformations. So I can tell students, okay, well, I want you to figure out what H does. So play with H a little bit and see where that goes. Well, now they know, okay, H moves it from left to right. That's what H does. Well, what does K do? K moves it up and down. Well, what does Z do? Oh, it helps shrink and grow the parabola. Okay. Okay. What about A? Well, A, you know, kind of affects, looks like it affects kind of everything all at once, you know? But this can kind of change more so my width and the direction it's going. B more so moves um, from left to right and up and down at the same time. And then C just moves it up or down. So we know that that does that. So C and K are kind of the same as what we're seeing here. So, but I can see, you know, shifting, stretching, reflecting, all that kind of stuff in this. So now let's move on to something little more crucial. So even if students say they don't understand, you know, the abstractness of just um, of just formulas, so they want something a little different, right? Okay, well, guess what? You don't just need expressions; you have tables too, and so I can create tables and I can find intersection points. So let's say, I mean, you know, I can plot multiple things at once. I could, okay, yep, um, okie dokie, and now I have 3 points. Oh, what's this? I can make I can make an equation on there. Wow, that's crazy. I can even see, like I said, the x-intercept and the y-intercept right here. Well, let's say I have y equals 3x minus 2. I can even find the point of intersection. And I don't have to like look at it or zoom in or anything. It'll tell me right there. And so this just makes it really like user friendly to for students. So that way, you know, sometimes your graphs, you're like, that's not exactly an exact point because of the way that the graph's built. So I don't know exactly where they intersect. It looks like one ish or two ish. No, I know exactly where that point is. And so most students can learn the basics within a few minutes of just exploration here. And so the teachers can also use Amplified Classroom for interactive lessons. And so I can go through that and I can show off. This is even a function in Amplified Classroom as well. And so they can manipulate the graphs like I was doing with the sliders. And then this also helps because it just makes it a lot more organized for when you want to apply things to those math standards and have students understand. I know I use this in my personal classroom of teaching students when we have, you know, a formula or an expression to balance rather, um, and we need to figure out what x is, right? Um, we teach them, okay, y equals 4x. I have one part of my equation right here. Okay, well, there's my first half. What's my second half? Y equals 3x plus 4. Boom. All right, cool. I wipe this out here. Let's go see that point of intersection. I know, okay, where does it cross over at x? I know that x is 2. That's what I know. And so we said 4x plus 2 is equal to 3x plus 4. We break that down. Oh, would you look at that? It crosses over at that point at 2. We know that x is 2. So it just, it gives me those, it breaks down the formula so much easier for them to understand. And so teaching them how to use this. So like I talked about, it gives you, the purpose of Desmos is to make like mathematics visual. That's what this is for. I know we've talked a lot about representations and we've talked about how important those are, graphical representations, abstract, and this is one of those many ways. And so the goal is to help students see relationships between equations and graphs, and it more than exceeds that goal. And so students move from symbolic reasoning to visual understanding. So instead of just being like, you know, y equals mx plus b, I'm able to have students actually understand what that means. And I can come in here and go like this and say, hey, let's look at what these things do. And this is really important for developing algebraic thinking. Okay. So Desmos enhances the teaching and learning processes by turning abstract equations into dynamic visuals, like I was talking about. Like we're able to change very quickly. We're able to change things right here on this graph. And so it encourages exploration, discovery, and communication of mathematical ideas, and they're all central to effective algebra instruction. I would personally recommend this for all classrooms. I would love to see Desmos in all math classrooms because one, it's completely free, so everybody has access to it. So there's no subscription or anything. You don't have to pay for it. Your schools don't have to pay for it. It's accessible on all devices. So whether you have iOS or you have Android or you even have a computer, so Chromebooks, because I'm using this on Google Chrome right now. So I know that most schools have Google Chromebooks. We'll say they have iPads. Okay, well this is iOS friendly as well, so they can use that on there too. And then it aligns with the standards. So I'm able to teach students certain mathematical standards. You know, being able to determine what key features of a function. They can tell me what these do. They can tell me that this is the slope. That changing this changes you know, the steepness of the line. They know that B is the y-intercept. And they're able to say, hey, when I move this, it goes up or down, you know? And so being able to do that, and it just integrates so well with existing lessons. Like I was talking about, an extension of Desmos is Amplify Classroom, and their graphing calculator is pulled straight from this. So I can put it right into my lessons as well. And it's definitely an excellent resource for students to practice graphing or modeling or analyzing functions in a very hands-on way. And so, I've definitely given y'all some good looks at everything that Desmos provides. And I hope that you start implementing Desmos in your classroom. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. It's a fantastic, fantastic tool. And like I said, I use it in my own classroom, and these students they're growing so rapidly by having this. So I want to go ahead and thank you for your time. And I hope you start implementing, Desmos graphing calculator in your classroom because it definitely continues to be one of the most engaging and accessible tools for supporting algebra instruction. And if this is what you're looking for, I think you found it. So, all right.